just a little faster right now, doesn't it? As they stand alone right now. No cornermen. They're just ready to make the ring walk for the biggest fight that boxing can make.
Yes, everyone, back to back, coast to coast. It's your boy Shadow Ghost. Keep your hands up, keep your chin tucked, man. God bless everybody. Hit that notification bell for upcoming content for Shadow Ghost 81. Shout out to Ness and the Boxing Voice and Fight Hype. They did an interview with my man Chris Colbert. Y'all know Shadow Ghost fucks with Chris Colbert, bro. In Boots, I talk about him all the time. Chris Colbert was supposed to be fighting Gamboa this weekend, but instead he will be fighting King Tug. Gamboa pulled out due to a reoccurring injury. On paper, this is a harder fight. King Tug has only lost to Gary Russell Jr. So I'm bugging out over here, right? Because I just made a video the other day talking about, do we really want to see the best fight the best? Because I feel like a lot of today's fans, they say they want to see the best fight the best, but yet they're more concerned about how much money their favorite fighter is making, how much money is in his bank account. Meanwhile, the belts don't mean anything anymore. We just saw this past weekend, Deontay Tank Davis had a spectacular performance. He shows up every single time, leaves it all in the ring, doesn't leave it in the hands of the judges. Spectacular knockout once again. But however, they made it seem like Josh Taylor doesn't even exist. Like he's not the undisputed champion at 140. And also, Leonard Ellaby also said Josh Taylor brings nothing to the table. But what is crazy is when Chris Colbert was being interviewed, right? They asked him about Deontay Wilder. I mentioned Deontay Wilder in my video. And this is exactly what I said. When Deontay Wilder lost, when he looked himself in the mirror and said, man, you know what? What happened? You gotta realize, highest knockout ratio, knocking everybody out, not leaving it into the hands of the judges. And then he gets his ass whooped. He's shocked. So now he's looking at like what could have went wrong. And right when he needed his fans the most, right when he needed somebody to tell him the truth and say, hey man, Deontay, man, you've been relying on that right hand for such a long time. You need to go back to the gym and sharpen your craft. Let's run that back. You got it, bro. Instead of doing that, they told him no. You didn't lose. You was cheated. Look at these flapping gloves. And then Deontay is like, you know what? I was a little bit off that first round. I did feel a little sluggish. That costume was a little bit heavy. Mark Breland was handling my water. Right when he needed honest criticism, he goes to a group. They gave him excuses. They gave him nothing but excuses. So right there, I'm talking about, you know, just being honest, bro. You know what I mean? Just stop coming up with excuses. Like a lot of people are saying. And so they asked Chris Colbert the same thing. And this is what he said.
He can't take his ass whooping like a man. And I don't have no problems with Wilder. He just don't know how to take L's when he, as an L. He was mad at me that I said I thought he lost the first fight. Why you mad at me? You need niggas like me around you. I'm honest with you, nigga. The fuck? I told him. That's my man. We hang out all the time. I told him. I didn't think he'd want to keep Thurman fight because he started too late. Didn't I just tell you that? Yes, I tell my niggas as it is. If you my man, you gotta accept that I'm being honest with you.
And there you have it, man. Look, it ain't even just Colbert, Jermell Charlo, J-Rock, Andre Ward. A lot of fighters are like, bro, just stop with the excuses, bro. That's all it is. And that a real friend will tell you the truth. You saw what he said to Danny Garcia. He said, look, you lost that fight to Thurman because you started off too slow. That's what a real friend tells you. He doesn't just say, oh man, you know, yeah, you won that fight when you lost. And then they also asked Chris Colbert about his WBA intern belt. It's like a similar belt to what Tank Davis has, the WBA baby belt. And you know what he said? What Chris Colbert said about his own belt. He says, man, I don't even consider this a real belt. I consider myself a regular fighter right now because I know what I can do. I know I'm better than this. I want better than this. So I don't even consider that. I'm not even a real champion right now. He's talking about his own self. That's being honest with himself. And the crazy thing is, when you say to somebody like, man, I just want to see Deontay Tank Davis fight the best or fight Josh Taylor, they take that as you're hating on him. So by you saying, yo, I want to see Tank fight Taylor because I think he could beat him, now you're hating on him because, oh, well, what, that's not good enough? Barrios is not good enough? Well, no, I don't think that's good enough. I think Tank is better than that. Tank should be fighting someone better than that. That's just my opinion. I think he's more talented than that. But I do not think it was a cherry pick either, because of the fact that you look at, he moved up to 140 and he fought a young, undefeated fighter in Mario Barrios, and he was a champion. Whether you want to look at it or not, technically, the sanctioning bodies, he had a belt. Deontay now has that belt. If we want to recognize it, then we recognize it all the way. But then you need to recognize that Josh Taylor is the undisputed champion at 140. But regardless, with all that aside, He went in there, he fought a young undefeated fighter in Mario Barrios, who showed a very good account of himself. He was a taller fighter, he was a bigger fighter, and ultimately Tank was still stronger than him at 140. But this is why I'm like, damn, I want to see if Tank could be the man at 140. That's it. I just want to see the best. I just want to see the best fights as a boxing fan. Chris Colbert is fighting this weekend. Y'all know I'm going to support him. If y'all support him, it is what it is. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. This is Shadow Ghost, and until next time, I salute y'all and I'm out.